Hello everybody and welcome back to Full House Sports here, myself Charlie. A reminder before the video starts to please like, comment and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated as I try and become a one-man sports news bandwagon. Now, Oleksandr Usyk, probably the greatest heavyweight of the 21st century, although Lennox Lewis would probably have something to say about that. He's probably pound for pound, arguably number one, if not number two, to Crawford or Inoue, depending on how you have those three. He's definitely up there. He has come out with some very interesting quotes, I think, at the WBC conference that is currently happening in Thailand. A lot of fighters, promoters, legends, who's are down at that conference, and he is there himself. And talks to the media, he has come out with some very interesting statements, two of which I think were the real takeaways. The first one was, he talked about the thirst. The thirst is still there. Now, Usyk is not getting any younger. Because of obviously his storied amateur background, he was late turned over to the pros. Heavyweights do tend to peak later anyway, so that's not such a big issue. But with a guy who relies so much on his foot movement, you would think, is he going to start slowing down? The point is that he said the thirst is still there. Now, he was asked by a journalist about how he felt with Fabio Wardley getting the WBO title, Britain's own Fabio Wardley, due to Usyk not facing off against him or Parker to withdraw from that fight. Wardley then being promoted to the full world title rather than the interim after beating Joseph Parker. And he said the thirst is still there. So by the looks of it, he is going to try and become unified / undisputed again. I've said this before. I'm not a fan of this constantly scattering the belts, because Usyk's undoubtedly the best heavyweight in the world. I'd rather not have him have to keep taking these fights. I know Wardley's different, I guess, but I'd rather he didn't have to keep taking these fights to just win one belt back and then we kill him. Oh, he's undisputed again. Yeah, he's undisputed again, but really, he didn't have to do a lot for it, did he? The second thing that I think is the most interesting thing is he has spoken about Deontay Wilder and his interest in facing the man known as the Bronze Bomber, which seems bizarre. I mean, Usyk is entitled. I think with Usyk, reading between the lines, I think he's probably looked at the so-called three top guns when he moved up to the division. You know, he beat Tony Bellew in his last fight at cruiserweight, then he came up to heavyweight, and he's, I probably think, looking at going, well, when I came up, the three top ones were Fury. Well, I've beat him twice. AJ, I've beat him twice. And Wilder, who I haven't faced yet. And whether he's looking at that and saying, I want to be the best of that generation as well, I don't know. Because there's not a lot else that justifies Deontay Wilder fighting for an undisputed title. Let's look at this. Deontay Wilder, who was knocked out by Zhilei Zhang, comprehensively outboxed by Joseph Parker. This on the back of what Tyson Fury did to him in their second and third fights. Yes, he's had a few fights in between that. He's faced Robert Helenius. He's faced off in a pretty low-key affair over in America in June or July, I think that was. But again, in that, he didn't look great. And I think Usyk would pretty easily dispatch of him, to be honest with you. Why this is, I don't know. Is he looking at Usyk going, I'm running out of options? I mean, he shouldn't be. The heavyweight division is thriving. Whether, like I say, he's looking to go, I want to beat the top three guys, I don't know. I personally hope the governing bodies, they won't because of the money, but I would like them to maybe put their foot down and say, no, that's not going to be, you're not going to be able to fight for an undisputed title. And I feel so crazy criticising Usyk. I feel so crazy doing that because he is an all-time great and he is one of he is one of the best of this generation, one of the best heavyweights of the 21st century. But yeah, I don't think a Wilder fight's the one. But let's know what you guys think. Who should Usyk face next? Why do you think he's taking this fight? And what should happen at heavyweight? There's a lot of moving parts at the moment. As always, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to talk about all sport, all different things, all things that catch my eye as a try to call one-man sports news bandwagon. And as always, guys, have a great day.